We interrupt this program to bring you...
You ready to die? Fuck no. But Spartans were like, yeah, yeah, and just staring her down like, yeah, just like that. Like, false history myths you probably still believe.
The Iron Maiden is a disturbing torture device used during the medieval period, consisting of a solid iron cabinet with metal spikes lining the inside.
Yo, imagine getting like fucking pierced by an Iron Maiden. Like, imagine a fear factor it had. Because in Elden Ring, there are Iron Maidens, like, just scourging the land sometimes. And they'll pull you in and just fucking skewer you. And, like, the amount of blood loss you'll have damn near fucking kills you. And imagine the intimidation factor on a real life one.
Just large enough to
fucking horrifying.
Force a human into and close the door. Well, turns out the whole thing is balderdash. There is actually no evidence that Iron Maidens even existed before the 19th century. The myth started in the 1700s when a guy named
I don't even know when the Iron Maiden was made. I thought it was made in like the early 19,000s or whenever the fuck it was made.
In Nuremberg way back in 1515. He described how once the doors were closed, the spikes lining the device penetrated the man's arms and legs, his belly, chest, and his eyes, and how he died painfully and slowly, screaming and wailing from inside the cabinet for 2 full days before going silent. Most people agree that Sieben...
Yo, nigga, imagine, like, being that person, like, the third runner-up for the same Iron Maiden, and knowing them back in the day, they most likely didn't properly clean their equipment to kill people. So you would fucking be in there and contract herpes, syphilis, and all other shit that comes from the fucking blood. I said syphilis. Like, different fucking HIVs and shit like HIVs. Like, HIV and shit like that, like, blood-related diseases. And you, it's sexual and, like, shit like that. That's you're the same size, 5'6", as the guy before you, 5'6". He has fucking ball herpes or some shit. And you get your shit penetrated all over the place. You're getting you're in that fucking shit, suffocating. Dude. If you somehow come out there alive off of a fucking innocent verdict or whatever the fuck it is, you're gonna have that shit for life. So whatever the hell they had in their bloodstream, you now have in you. There probably was no surviving that, but at the end of the day, nigga, this shit painful.
He's made this story up, but it didn't matter because fake Iron Maidens started popping up in museums all across the world soon after.
You can tell. I don't know if this is a fake image,
because
but
fake
if it is,
Iron
you
Maidens
can fucking
started
tell
popping up in museums.
What the fuck is that? Yo, I don't even have a joke for this shit. He has the eyebrows of broccoli. It's like that one meme with those stones, like making the face like, you know what the fuck I'm talking about? Pull up on the screen right here if this poem's like a YouTube video or some shit. But what the fuck? Shit looks fake.
Soon after. Another medieval torture device that likely never existed is called the pear of anguish, which could be inserted into the mouth
in the ass?
or other parts of the body, and then expanded.
I heard about that. This shit was fucking horrifying. Hold on.
There are no first-hand accounts of these things being used, so they might have been fake, but we have found some that look like they were maybe used around the 1600s based on the style of metalwork. Iron Maidens? Definitely a historical misconception. Pear of anguish? We're not sure.
The pear of anguish did ass, like, I learned about that in 2016. This is when, like, I was, like, heavily on Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I learned about that. I don't think I learned about it from the game, but I learned about it, and, like, dude, it sounded so painful, because they'll say it's like some type of prong type weapon that, like, you know, clamps, and I never thought about, like, them shoving up their ass, because obviously I'm a fucking young child. Why would I imagine an iron piece going to someone's hoo-ha? But now that I'm older, and I think it was like, they probably, like, imagine, like, installing that shit, and then them just opening your shit, pause. You know, some of you guys are fucking used to that, but all the dick riding you do. Would you rather be like put in an iron? You know, there's worse things than an Iron Maiden and then the fucking prong thing. Honestly, I'd rather the prong go up my ass than be put in an Iron Maiden, because how painful it is. Like, it's damn near certain death, especially because they're gonna leave you up in there, especially if you're on a fucking death penalty. Like, obviously, if they're trying to kill you with the prong thing, it's going to be by bleeding out, nigga. They're gonna fucking open your jaw, crack your shit wide the fuck open. You can start bleeding from your fucking cheeks. And then, yeah, the top one, not the bottom. And probably those two, so...
Ancient Egypt definitely
probably
had
definitely
no lack of
worse
slaves
things
throughout
to
its
die by.
3,000-year history. Usually, slaves would be captured prisoners of war, but that's not the only way you could get yourself into a life of forced labor. If you were a baby born to a slave mom, congrats, you were a slave too, and there's nothing you could do about it. Slavery could be forced on you as a punishment for a variety of criminal actions, or, if you were unable to pay off your debts to some rich noble guy, you could sell yourself into a life of slavery as a form of payment. Despite all of this, it's generally agreed by historians that Egypt's Great Pyramids were not built by slaves at all, but by laborers brought from their farmlands when the Nile got too wet to grow crops. These laborers were housed in sprawling villages built specifically for their work, where they were fed quality food and overall lived in pretty good conditions, sometimes better conditions than the farms they came from. All of the workers were overseen by skilled architects and craftsmen, which makes sense, as the pyramids were to be used as the tombs of pharaohs.
Yo, I remember when people were making like conspiracy theories back in like, well, they probably been making these theories, but the first time I learned about them was like 2018. Like people were like, "Oh my god, the aliens came down and they were building the pyramids." It's like, how fucking stupid can you sound? The aliens came down and built pyramids. Come on now. And we do fucking have aliens. They're obviously locked up in Area 51 and the government's hiding them. But let's think of here logistically. Okay, nigga, there is no fucking alien on Earth building pyramids. And that was just what? For a fear factor for people to probably buy products or some shit. I don't fucking know why people made excuses stuff like that. Oh, I seen a UFO above the pyramids. No, you fucking didn't. You seen a fucking falcon gliding in there. I don't fucking know. Some shit like that. A humongous bird. Like, I believe that. A humongous bird that they seen from a distance. And it was fucking huge. And a fucking flock. I believe that more over than what the fuck going on with them. So, yeah.
Who were revered as gods. It's only natural that the task of building them was carried out by professionals and not forced laborers. Either that or aliens did it. We may never know.
Oh, like I fucking just said.
For sure.
Like,
if you like this video so far, please don't forget to like this video. And if you don't like this video... Human history is full of misconceptions, but what about your history? Your family tree could be full of false facts.
Is this a fucking oh my gosh, how you say it? Ancestral DNA test thing?
Phony information, and you would never know. I'm not your real dad. Well, that's where you can use the help of MyHeritage, the sponsor of today's video.
It's basically the fucking same thing. That is the thing. I remember I used to get nothing but the ads like that back in, holy shit, a while ago, but you know, fuck. It was a long time ago, but it'd just be nothing but that on YouTube and on mainstream fucking television. Lady Godiva?
The story of the Countess Lady Godiva is that her mean husband Leofric had just raised the taxes on the people of the town of Coventry. The people of the town were already poor, and they and Lady Godiva thought that the new taxes were too high, and so Godiva sought to do something about it. She pestered her husband to lower the tax.
Imagine seeing the taxes nowadays. She go fucking AWOL. She'll do like 3 times worse. What the fuck she did here, bro? It'd be a fucking outrage.
And he agreed, but only if she would ride on horseback through the town, cheeks out, naked as the day she was born.
Whoa.
Godiva sought to do something about it. She pestered her husband to lower the tax.
Her husband. Yo, I know times were drastically different back in the day than now. But like, come on, man. Your wife, like, I know like women are obviously seen as objects back in the day when, you know, it was back in the day, people seen women as objects. They didn't give not one damn about them. They cared about the fucking coo and the hoo-ha, nigga. That's all they cared about. But no, that's like your eyes only, bro.
But only if she would ride on horseback through the town, cheeks out, naked as the day she was born. Presuming, of course, that she would never do it. To Leofric's surprise, Godiva agreed, and left on her horse covered by absolutely nothing but her long, luscious locks of hair. Out of respect for her modesty...
And then people do that, and got the nerve to be mad. You told her to go do that shit, she did it, and then she beheaded. Witch! And that's what they're doing, she be fucking beheaded and be on a fucking stake. and it'd be put on fire.
The townspeople refrained from looking at her,
Like,
except for a tailor named Tom, who was caught peeping. This is actually where we get the phrase peeping Tom.
Peeping Tom?
Tom was later struck blind as punishment, either by the people of the town, or in some retellings of the story, by God himself. While Lady Godiva was indeed a real person, and Coventry a real town, this popular historical legend is likely false, because
you know how hard you had to be fucking staring at her for like the people were like, yo, this nigga's a fucking weirdo and you deserve your eyes to be slit. Like, his eyes must have been locked, like he must have been dead ass walking with her horse and just staring her down like, yeah, just like that. Like moaning and shit. Fucking weirdo.
A, it's dumb as fuck. And B, the first written account of this story was created by some random guy in the 13th century, nearly 200 years after Lady Godiva's death. My channel is still small enough that I can pretty easily read every comment I get, so please let me know in the comments all your ideas for future videos.
Salem Witch Bunny. Is this like the Salem Witch Trials?
Contrary to popular belief,
what the fuck? I don't know if this is my headphones going out or is like the video itself on my browser.
Contrary to popular belief, no one was ever actually burned to death at the Salem witch trials.
Okay, yeah.
Here's how
Salem
it really
witch
went
trials.
down. 200 people were accused of witchcraft and 30
guilty for fucking witch. Hold on, let me go see if this thing is on. But 30 guilty is fucking crazy.
Here's how it really
imagine
went down.
like being one like the most innocent
of
there.
Witchcraft and 30.
Imagine being like the most innocent there. And you get shoved in the fucking meat grinder with everyone else. It's like, what the fuck did I do? Like, you're peacefully making your chicken pot pie over the stove and then putting it over the fucking windowsill and it falls over your next door neighbor sees. It's like, witch! And they see that and it's like, nigga, gravity just made it fall. And so happened there so happened to be a black cat next under your window ceiling while it fell, and now you're in the fucking Salem witch trials.
Were found guilty,
like,
of which
dog.
19 were hanged,
that shit is
15
crazy.
died in prison, and one guy was tortured in the form of a pain forte et dure. And the story of that one is way more interesting than your average witchy barbecue. This one guy, named Giles Corey, was a farmer in Salem in the 1600s. Even before he was accused of witchcraft, his life was nothing if not eventful. It seemed that every other week he was being accused of a different abhorrent crime. On Tuesday, he went out into the field and beat one of his employees to death as punishment for stealing some apples. By Friday, he was accused of doing arson on his neighbor's house. You get the idea. It was in 1692 that Mr. Corey's wife was accused of witchcraft and taken off to prison. And at first, our guy was just like, yeah, makes sense. Until a month later when they arrested Corey on the same charge, and he was like, well, this whole witch thing is a bunch of poppycock, I see that now. Someone had accused Corey of magically appearing before them as a ghostly figure. Oh my god, I think we were watching the Salem witch trials inside of my English class last year. Dude, the amount of bullshit, like they were good actors for their time, obviously, or decent actors for their time, but they did ass, like, you can get in so much trouble, you can dead ass fall in love with someone, right? Them not like you back, that you confess, that you spend days, fucking days on end, trying to figure out how you're gonna profess your love to them. You do it on a fucking mistletoe tree, a fucking, what's it called? What is the word I'm trying to think of? A sapple tree? A maple tree. A maple tree. And they just fucking decline. I was like, okay, bitch. They go back home and they accuse you of seeing them in their dreams and you doing odd shit. And it's like, now you're on trial for being a fucking witch. Oh my god. She appeared in my dreams. Oh my god. I seen a fucking astral projection of her through my fucking firewall. Ah, help. And it's like, dude. Like, it's so ridiculous that how it's like, it's crazy how the lies, it's like, I don't know, like, the people there actually believe the lies, or they just had like a vendetta against the people who were accused. But bro, any logical person, man or woman, can clearly see through the fucking lies. And it's like, do you have any proof of this? And they was making some bullshit about them seeing them, especially like I think it was her name Annabelle.
or some shit like that. I can't remember, but she's from Salem Charles too, or at least the movie with Josh Corey. And it was like she basically manipulated a whole bunch of group of girls to following her lead. And like this one scene after basically asked her for fucking proof, and she was like she didn't have any. Nigga, she pretended like she told her the girls just go along with her, whatever the fuck it was, and they were just pretending like they just seen like whoever they was accusing flying in the air or whatever the fuck it was. It's like. And now, mind you, the judge was there. He looks up. He says nothing. Like, isn't that more witchcraft than them seeing them? I mean, than them being there, than them seeing them. That's equal witchcraft. How the fuck can you see them but we can't? Make it make sense. Man, that's just a fucking sin with
beating the shit out of them on multiple occasions. Corey didn't make a plea, guilty or not, because if he did, the court would legally be able to seize his lands and properties instead of having them be inherited by his family. So he just said nothing, even when the sheriff tortured him by placing him between two boards and piling rocks on top of him. For 3 days, the sheriff said, "Ready to confess?" And Corey said, "More weight." Until he finally died, never telling anyone whether or not he was a witch. We may never know for sure.
Yeah, he was a witch. Actually, I seen him in Harry Potter chapter 34 on the 3rd book. Josh Corey, I seen him. He was there. It's like, what the fuck?
The Battle of Thermopylae is a legendary tale of 300 Spartan warriors who held off a Persian invasion of over 100,000 soldiers intent on conquering Greece. This battle would have been impossible to win if not for the fact that the Spartans were trained for war since early childhood. And in their culture, newborn babies deemed too weak to be warriors were thrown off cliffs to their deaths, creating a society made.
I learned about that. That shit was fucking crazy, bro. Because I learned this like how their whole culture was like based off of strength and being a brawny man and shit like that. Is like, wouldn't there be strength in numbers and you would just have different fucking legions? And I always thought about that, but it's like Spartans are Spartans. Spartans aren't just different leagues. Spartans are the league. There's no different leagues in Spartans besides general with the fucking red clothes or whatever the fuck it is. No, they usually are a Spartan or you're fucking dead from the get-go. And I always thought about why didn't they just keep them as foot soldiers or some shit like that. And I don't know if that never crossed their mind that they did, but it's like, raise the weak with the strong, nigga. Like, and try to make them strong. Like, how the fuck can you guess a child's strength off them being a fucking 7th mode infant? You know, I'll never understand it myself.
Battle-hardened fighters.
That's how they work.
That is the myth. Here's the reality, which is frankly much more interesting. In 480 BC, Emperor Xerxes was intent on destroying Athens after they had supported a rebellion against his Persian Empire. His father Darius had tried and failed to defeat Athens before, and so to succeed where his father had not, Xerxes assembled an army of over 100,000 soldiers and began his march towards the city. When Athens got news of this, they joined forces with several other Greek city-states under the leadership of King Leonidas of Sparta. Together they formed an army of 300 Spartans, just like the myth says, as well as 7,000 Thespians, Athenians, Thebans, and Phocian soldiers.
Damn.
However, the odds of the battle to come were still very much not in their favor.
Fuck.
And so, before the battle, the odds of the battle to come were still very much not.
Imagine how that was in his mind. Is like, holy shit. Like, imagine like, obviously there's what's it called? Not power. What is that called? Oh my gosh, my light. The plugging is loose as fuck. It's looser than fucking Bonnie Blue in a fucking Saturday orgy. But
not in their favor.
I can't remember what it's called actually. Spartan. I'd never watched it before. I just know like the epic moments from a Spartan movie. I can't remember. It's called well, that's not what it's called. Is it just called Spartan? I could have swore it was called something different. I think it's just called Sparta. Okay, I think I might have been wrong. Spartans 300. Yeah, Spartans 300. Seize your glory. No, I think it. Yeah. 300. I think it was just called 300. I heard the movie was good. Never watched it. I know my mom watched it because I've seen it on there on her fucking TV. But I never got around to watching it. I might. But imagine like actually being there. One of like the 300 there's like, yeah, we're going to fucking die. Like, nigga, you know Josh. Or like, well, let's, what's some fucking Greek names? Aphrodite. Fuck it. You knew Aphrodite for like 30 years. She's like, yo, we're fucking dead. Like, you're marching to your death. Like, in your mind, you know you're gonna fucking die.
And so
there's no coming back. You're not gonna see whatever family you had, or if you had family. I don't know if Spartans were allowed to have family, but you'll never see them again if you did. That's what you're thinking in your mind, is like, this is the last fucking face I'll see before I meet my demise. And you're like, you're both in mutual agreements, like, you ready to die? Fuck no. But Spartans were like, yeah. They were ready to fucking die. They were ready to shed their own blood and others.
Battle, they went to see
me, man, I can't do this shit.
The Oracle at Delphi to have her look into the future with her magic oracle.
As a race ourselves, we've kind of gotten weaker strength-wise, but stronger technologically and tactically. Because obviously we have more war tactics of fucking the Mongols, Genghis Khan, Alexander, different fucking war generals like that. Obviously they've written books, there are different strategies, different tactics, and we've molded them to damn near perfection. You know, so obviously 300 Spartans, even versus 200 fucking operatives, or maybe even fucking, like, I was about to say 200 tactical, oh my gosh, black operatives are gonna obviously fucking demolish 300 Spartans. But throughout the kai, especially if they have, you know, their fucking leaders or with the fucking group, they're going to fucking get demolished. The Spartans are going to get demolished. And, like, I'm not saying they're going to be having guns. The fucking Black Ops are not going to have guns. Let's give them fucking knives, Swiss Army knives. I don't know, some shit like that. Let's say, like, let's give both parties swords and spears. The Black Ops are going to fucking come out. Yeah, the fucking Spartans have more raw strength, but tactically, they're going to lose. Like, yeah, they are a dedicated nation themselves to fighting and to tactics themselves, but in newer generations, bro, they'll pull some shit up they've never fucking seen. Like, it'll be honestly catastrophic for the Spartans, and they'll probably, like, have 17 casualties on the Black Ops side, and then like 300 fucking dead on the other. Like, they're all fucking dead. And yeah, they're stronger, probably even faster, but tactically completely outmatched.
And to see how the war might go, the Oracle saw two possible outcomes, declaring...
Yo, is she the Red Woman? Is her name the Red Woman? I might be getting that wrong. Red Woman, Game of Thrones. Yes, the Red Woman. Is she like the inspiration for the Red Woman from Game of Thrones? Oh, while not explicitly stated for George R.R. Martin, who has directed. So now.
Look into the future with her magic oracle powers and see how the war might go. The Oracle saw two possible outcomes, declaring that either Sparta as a whole would be destroyed, or a king of Sparta would die in the upcoming battle. Despite this prophecy, King Leonidas didn't hesitate to continue marching, fully prepared to lay down his own life for his people. The Greeks chose to make their stand at Thermopylae, in a narrow pass called the Hot Gates. When Emperor Xerxes arrived with his army, the Spartans formed a wall with their shields and stabbed the approaching Persians with their long spears, killing wave after wave of their opponents as they struggled and failed to get through. Persian bodies piled higher and higher as crows came to feast on the dead. The battle raged like this for days, until the Persians discovered a narrow path through the mountains. After
300 people, by the way, that's not like a whole army. That's
allowed
300
them to
people.
surround the Greek forces located in the Hot Gates. Leonidas had known about this path and left behind an army of 2,000 Phocians to guard its entrance. However,
that's not 300. This is a different one. Okay, not 300. I am terrible. Sorry, that was wrong.
However, when the Persians finally came through on the third day of the battle, the Phocians were no match for their forces. Xerxes' army quickly had Leonidas completely surrounded, and the Spartan king ordered the allied Greek forces to retreat and live to fight another day. He planned to remain in the pass with his army of 300 elite Spartan warriors and fight to the death to fulfill the oracle's prophecy. If Sparta was to survive, their king must die in this battle. Many soldiers were overcome with emotion and decided to stay and die by the king's side. In the violent battle that followed, the Greek army rushed through the pass to fight the Persians head-on, with the goal of killing as many as possible. They fought until their shields and spears shattered, then switched to fighting with short swords, and then, when those inevitably wore out, they used their bare hands and teeth. The result of the battle was that the Persians broke through the gates of
shit.
Thermopylae and were able to lay siege to Greece. But the fight had cost them about 20,000 soldiers, while the Greeks had only lost a couple thousand men and one king. Leonidas was killed in the battle by a rain of arrows, fulfilling the oracle's prophecy.
Imagine a fucking prophecy was fulfilled in the fucking and they still went down. Like, oh my god, like you fucking witch, you fucking lied to us. Like you said, if our king dies, we'll win this war. He fucking dies and they lose the war. I don't know if they actually won it, but if they didn't, that shit would be fucking hilarious. They just go back and hang her.
Live to fight.
Oh my gosh.
King. Leonidas was killed in the battle by a rain of arrows, fulfilling the oracle's prophecy and discovering your family tree.
That's so that's false history myths and probably oh my gosh. So that's false history myths you probably still believe.